All right, today we're going to tackle something that, let's be honest, is a part of many of our lives: alcohol and our health. You've probably heard for years that, hey, a little bit is actually good for you. But what if that advice was based on a huge, dangerous scientific mistake? Let's get into it. We've all heard this one, right? It's been this comforting little piece of advice for years. It's the perfect justification for that nice, relaxing glass of red wine at the end of the day. And look, this wasn't just some wacky idea on the internet. For decades, this was backed up by what looked like solid scientific studies. You saw it on the news, you read it in magazines. It was totally mainstream health advice. But here's the record scratch moment. What if I told you that new, much more powerful evidence shows this belief isn't just a little bit wrong, it's a flat-out lie, and a dangerously misleading one at that? The science has taken a massive turn. Okay, so let's dive into this properly. We're going to look at the brand new, comprehensive evidence that is completely flipping our understanding of alcohol and brain health on its head. So here's the bombshell. A gigantic study, and I mean, they followed over 500,000 people for more than a decade, came to a really startling conclusion. Alcohol harms the brain at every single level. I'm not just talking about heavy drinking here. The study found that even light, casual drinking is linked to measurable brain injury. How? Well, it messes with our neurons, and it damages our mitochondria, the tiny little power plants inside every one of our cells. And when they get damaged, our brain cells just can't get the energy they need to work right. The final takeaway from this huge study is blunt. There is no safe dose of alcohol for your brain. None. And believe it or not, the evidence actually gets even stronger from here. See, this wasn't just another observational study where you can get confused about what's causing what. This time, scientists used a totally groundbreaking genetic method to prove without a doubt that alcohol itself is the direct cause of this damage. Now, this slide right here is so interesting because it shows you the complete 180-degree turn in our understanding. The old myth, on the left, was this U-shaped curve. It made it look like moderate drinkers were somehow better off than people who didn't drink at all. But the new genetic data just completely obliterates that idea. On the right, you see the new reality. It's a straight, upward line. The more you drink, the higher your dementia risk. Period. Light drinking offers zero protection. And the numbers, they're stark. This shows that direct dose-response relationship. For every consistent, standard increase in weekly drinks, researchers found a 15% jump in dementia risk. This isn't some vague connection. It's a direct, measurable hit on your long-term cognitive health. So, you're probably asking, how in the world did science get this so wrong for so long? Well, the answer is a classic scientific oopsie called reverse causation. It turns out that people in the very early, undiagnosed stages of dementia often just naturally start to drink less because of their illness. So scientists would look at this group, see they were sick and not drinking much, and draw the wrong conclusion. It made the healthy, moderate drinkers look like they were being protected by alcohol, when really, it was just that the sick group had already started to quit. It's a huge error, and as we're about to see, it's not the only thing going on. So we've established pretty clearly that alcohol is a neurotoxin, but here's the thing. It doesn't act alone. It has a toxic twin, a secret accomplice that is almost certainly in your kitchen right now, and you probably eat it every single day. I know, it sounds like the setup to a really bad joke, right? But the answer is actually incredibly serious, and it reveals this hidden shared toxic pathway that damages our bodies in the exact same way. Okay, just take a look at this table. This is the key to the whole thing. When your liver processes alcohol, it creates this nasty toxic byproduct called acetaldehyde. Now, look at the second row. When your liver processes something called linoleic acid, which is just the main fat in common seed oils, it creates another super toxic byproduct, 4-HNE. Now, these are different chemicals, but they're both a type of toxin called an aldehyde, and they do the exact same damage. They injure our mitochondria, they damage our DNA, and they lead to fatty liver disease, which is known to wreck brain function. And these seed oils are everywhere. Seriously, we're talking about the soybean oil, the corn oil, the canola oil that's found in the vast majority of processed foods, from salad dressings and mayos to fried foods and even snacks that seem healthy. They've just quietly taken over the modern diet, working right alongside alcohol to put our systems under stress. Now, I know this all might sound pretty alarming, but here is the good news. This damage is largely preventable. Your daily choices have a direct, powerful impact. So let's walk through a clear, actionable plan to protect your brain. So here it is, a 5-step plan totally grounded in this new science. Number 1, and this is the most direct, cut out alcohol completely. Number 2, get rid of its toxic twin by eliminating industrial seed oils. 3, for that very rare occasional drink, you can use a supplement called NAC to help your liver out. 4, you have to fuel those little cellular power plants, your mitochondria, with the right stuff. And finally, number 5, and this is so important, you've got to replace the ritual of drinking with new, healthy ways to relax and connect with people. And to make that second step really practical, the goal is to get your daily intake of that linoleic acid below 5 grams a day, and ideally under 2 grams. To put that in perspective, a single serving of French fries from a restaurant can just completely blow past that limit. This really means focusing on whole foods and using stable, natural fats like butter, ghee, or tallow instead. You know, when it comes right down to it, the core message from all this new research is really one of empowerment. The power to protect your brain from two of the biggest modern threats out there, alcohol and seed oils, is literally in your hands. The small decisions you make every single day add up to build a sharp, resilient mind for decades to come. So as we wrap up, I'll just leave you with this question. Every meal, every drink, every choice, it's a building block for your future brain. Knowing what you know now about the real impact of alcohol and seed oils, what kind of cognitive future are you going to start building for yourself today?